Ever since I got the red Komodo, I've been looking for the right gimbal that could balance the Sigma 18-35 Komodo red-approved BP955 batteries, wireless audio transmitters, and a follow focus on the gimbal itself. Now, I've had a hard time. I've gone through a few different gimbals, and when I found the DJI RS2, I was almost there, except for the fact that you may have seen looking through YouTube videos that the DJI RS2 could do the red Komodo, the Sigma 18-35 in power without counterweights, but that's really the max it can do. So I actually found one accessory that you need that's not a counterweight that can not only let you mount the Sigma 18-35 red Komodo BP955 batteries, a DJI follow focus, and a wireless transmitter. Not to mention I'm actually using the Canon drop-in filter mount for filters, variable ND filters, so I can put filters on this setup. But it only took one accessory. So we're gonna go over that one accessory today. Let's hit it. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Geoff Fagien. I'm a filmmaker and DP based in South Florida. And let's get to that one accessory you need to balance this red Komodo combo with the Sigma 18-35 and accessories on the RS2 without counterweights. That one accessory is actually a Manfrotto plate from SMALLRIG that's made for the DJI RS2 specifically. And what this plate does is it lets you fit the red Komodo evenly on the plate without having to put it on the Arca Swiss riser. For whatever reason, putting it on the Arca Swiss riser, although it gives you a quick release plate, it does sit the Komodo a little bit higher than normal. And I guess when it comes to balancing, it kind of maxes out the weight tolerance where you stick it on there as far as being able to get full use out of the gimbal without hitting the motors. Hitting the motors just doesn't do it for me because then you're stuck in one position with the gimbal. I want to be able to go to underslung mode, pretty much whatever mode I want to do, and not have to worry about, you know, am I going to hit the motors? Am I going to get shaky footage? I need to be able to go from setup to setup. And if you don't want to use the Arca Swiss and you want to put it level and you put it here in the front part of this plate, there actually isn't enough room for DJI's follow focus to stick out and reach the front of the Sigma to actually focus. So the SMALLRIG plate really solved those issues because it's a flat plate. It lets me put the actual camera where I need it to be put. It also has slots for a 3/8 inch thread screw, which this does not have, the stock DJI plate. And so my camera is much more securely on the plate and I'm able to mount this follow focusing system. So this setup that I have here is pretty much my all-in-one gimbal setup. I have the red Komodo with BP955 approved power from Blue Shape. I've got the Sigma 18-35, plus I'm using Canon's variable ND mount adapter so I can use ND filters or whatever filters I need without affecting too much of the weight in the front of the lens. I'm also using a Komodo XD, which is a wireless audio transmitter, and that will give me clear audio into the camera itself. So with this whole setup, I'm pretty much set to do whatever I need to, and I can also get audio into the camera, which is huge. It's not always going to be audio that I'm going to use in post, but it may be reference audio. Regardless, I want to have better audio than the Komodo gets internally. The main reason I bought the DJI RS2 is actually the focus control in the front of the gimbal. Having that focus wheel accessible by whatever hand is holding the pistol grip of the gimbal is huge because on other one-handed gimbals, you have to use your other hand to pull focus, whereas you can keep both hands on however you're holding it and still pull focus smoothly while you're doing your shots. So that means that I can DP, camera op, and technically AC my shots, which isn't always the best way to do it. But if you're doing like a run and gun shoot, or for whatever reason you just need to be doing it this way, this gimbal will let you do that, where on a lot of the other gimbals, even the older DJI Ronin S, it is a bit harder to do that. So if you get this plate, it really will simplify how you balance this gimbal. You do pretty much everything you would normally do to balance the gimbal. However, because it sits lower, you will get that perfect balance. It saves you a little bit on that weight. And actually, it seems that with this setup, it's probably about the max weight you can go as far as not hitting the back motors or not using counterweights. But for me, I don't like using counterweights because in the end, every counterweight you add does add more weight overall to the setup. So I want this setup to be as light as possible. So by using this SMALLRIG plate, I was able to keep the setup as small, compact, and light as possible and, you know, use the setup as I need to. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments below. If you got knowledge out of today's video, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep up to date with the latest videos on the channel. I just want to say thank you for watching, everybody. My name's Geoff Fagien. I will see you in the next video.